Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to Fantasy Football. Prepare yourself, this video might be longer than usual, but I want to give as much as information as possible. Not only I'm going to be talking about Game Week 29 and see how well my team did for that week, I want to talk about Game Week 30 to kind of prepare for that game week. I know it's a little bit early, there's the Champions League games, so there's going to be a lot of problems. There's going to be a lot of news. So we need to prepare. But I want to give you guys like some kind of like an idea for that game week. I also wanted to talk to you guys about my chip strategy. With this, will help you with making your own decision. Because every team is different. We'll have similar teams, but our subs on our extra players are going to be different, and these players are going to be very important for the next couple of game weeks. Then what I'm going to do is talk about some really good transfer options, not only for game week 30, but for the blank game week 31 and for 33, I guess. The thing about 32, because there are double game weeks, I want to make sure these fixtures are a fact. I know Manchester United and Wolves, they're going to be playing twice, so they got two fixtures. I think, let me just quickly have a look. I think Wolves got Burnley. There we go. So Wolves got Burnley, and then Wolves will have another game in that game week against Manchester United. And then obviously with Manchester United, they got a home game on a Saturday against Watford, and on a Tuesday, they're away against Wolves. So that one is confirmed. I want to make sure all the others are confirmed before I start giving you guys options for this game week. My main kind of concern is this blank. Okay, so here we go. I hope you enjoy this. Sit back and enjoy. So as you can see, for game week 29, I got 47 points, above the average of 40, and I managed to get a green arrow. I don't know how, but I managed it, and I will take it. I will literally take it. I think I was around 19,000, and now I'm 17, 18, let's just say. And yeah, my main thing this season is just to be consistent. That's my main goal. As you can see, I've been around 30. I haven't dropped from 40, which is kind of a good achievement from my side. All I'm doing is just maintaining as long as I can. Maintaining this rank until I use my chips. Because these chips are going to give me like an extra boost into my points to get into that top 10k if I can. That is the goal. It's going to be difficult because there's a lot of good players playing this game. So we'll see what happens. So I got 47, really good, but it could have been incredible if Paul Pogba scored that penalty. I could have been on 60. I could have been around 67 points. That penalty miss that he did, and not only that, he got himself a yellow card. -1, doubled up, -2. To be honest with you, when I saw it, that literally hurt. My heart went, it just sank down. I was just like, whoa, what could have been? And then I just looked at Twitter. I just had a banter with it. I just had fun with it, or I would have been stressed forever. So luckily though, my team actually did pretty well overall. Again, my captain option was wrong. Fabianski, player that I bought in, worked out. So I removed Patricio, which was the right move because their manager, the Wolves manager, actually said they're going to be benching quite a few players, especially Patricio. Bought in Fabianski, worked out well. Now, I actually had David Luiz on here. David Luiz was rested. I don't think he's benched. I think he's rested. And Pereira came off on the bench to bring a lovely 0. He hasn't been performed. Well, I wouldn't say him. I would say Leicester City. People are assuming he hasn't performed. I think it's just that Leicester City team is letting him down. The defense is not that good, but we want him for the attacking purposes, and I think for the next game, he should be fine. Van Dijk again, giving me the points that I need. 8 points helped me out a lot. Bennett, these like differential players that I played gave me this boost. With 5, Salah with 3. A lot of managers are thinking to remove him because he's got so much money on him. Song again, disappointment. I don't know what's happened. He was doing really well. He was on a long streak and now he's not doing well. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do right now. Obviously, Paul Pogba with 2. Felipe Anderson with 3. These things happen, guys. Sometimes you make a transfer, it works. Sometimes it doesn't. And Felipe Anderson is one of those players. However, this transfer that I did to remove Rashford to bring Vardy worked out perfectly. The amount of players that are thinking about bringing him right now into their team is a lot. I'm so glad that I did this move. This was I'm happy. I'm proud of myself that I did it. Got me 7 points. Then the next he got 8. I think he should be fined. Their new manager said that it was kind of like a collision, like a knock or something, just to make sure that he's not injured for a long term. But we still need to wait. We need to wait before I start changing things around. Raul Jimenez. It's just incredible. 12 points. We spoke about captaining this player, and I should have just went for it. Not only he scored, he assisted as well. 12 points. Incredible player. And Sergio with 2. Few people said that he might not play. Yeah, that's true. You know, there's a high chance for him to get a nice rest. Jesus is back, so yeah, we're gonna kind of see what happens in the weekend. I think with the amount of time that he's got, he's got a good amount of time before the next game against Watford, so he should play. So that was my team. Look at Dean on my bench. Not really fussed with it. I know a few people pointing him out that he's on my bench and he's got 7. It's fine. I was not going to play him anyway, so it's fine. And I didn't really expect Everton to keep a clean sheet against Liverpool. So that was my team for Game Week 29. Pretty decent. Helped out. Did well. And on to Game Week 30. Wow. Now, looking at my team right now, I've got a decent team. Decent team with great fixtures. Like this backline here, Chelsea against Wolves, still a decent fixture for them to keep a clean sheet. I do have Raul Jimenez that is kind of countering that. So I hope Raul Jimenez scores or Chelsea keeps a clean sheet. That's one of those things. So I'll be happy with any of those. Van Dijk, so these Liverpool players against Burnley, good home fixture for them. Pereira and Fulham. Fulham is leaking a lot of goals. This is probably a great chance to get on that Leicester side. Maybe like players like Maddison. Fabianski against Cardiff. Again, Cardiff's not really performing. Who's their scorer? I'm not really sure. And I hope Felipe Anderson will do something. I hope. Paul Pogba against Arsenal. That's going to be quite difficult. There's a lot of injuries with that Manchester United team. So I might move players around. I'm not 100% certain what I'm going to be doing, but we'll talk about it in a sec. Look at Dean on my bench. I could play him against Newcastle, but away against Newcastle is going to be difficult anyway. Newcastle's actually pretty good at home. Punching, I think he's not. I don't know what's happened to him. He's not playing no more, and Bennett suspended. So I have a decent team for now. Sergio is going to be my captain. I'm really happy with this team. We'll see. I'm going to wait to the deadline before I'm making any kind of transfers, any kind of problems. Let's have a quick look on what I could do. So I'm having a look and seeing if there's any good options. Maybe removing Song and getting someone like Brooks will give me a lot of money. And then I can remove Punchin if I wanted to, or if I decide to remove Raul Jimenez for Game Week 30, and let's just say I don't want him for the double game weeks, I could go and get someone like Higuain. So there's a lot of decisions that I need to make, but it all depends on the amount of news that we get and the press conferences and stuff like that. That will make my decision. What I'm definitely thinking to do is banker transfer. So for my chip strategies, here we go. Prepare, guys. This video is going to be a long one. Now, I've got the bench boost, I've got the free hit, I've got the triple captain. That's 3 chips. I also have my wild card. So that's 4 chips. My strategy, now there's a lot of different strategies. Just have a look at your team and see what you can do with it, okay? And have a look at how many chips that you have left off. Do not, I repeat, do not break your team apart. There's a lot of managers out there are doing a lot of hits. Yes, they could probably pay off, but what if they don't pay off? That's the problem. A lot of people's taking hits all the time, leading up to game 31, like it's going to be the best game week. It's probably going to be a game week like 27 for most players. So be careful on that week. My goal is to plan for this blank game week. As you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fixtures for this blank for 31. My goal from game week 27 was to slowly prepare, add in 1 player that plays in 31, slowly but surely get a team for this around probably 10 to 11 players if I can. Don't worry about getting 11. If you can get 10, it's fine. If you can get 9, it's fine. Even 8. There's a lot of players in this fixture, like Liverpool players, maybe West Ham. I would say Bournemouth as well. If you can stock up with them, you don't need a full 11 to get a decent amount of points for this blank game week. So don't go destroying your team. My goal is to look at each game week and bring in a player that is got a good fixture. So like Vardy, right? I looked at these fixtures and I was like, I don't want to bring Fabianski, not now. I don't want to bring him now. I want him, but I don't want to bring him now. Not now. Now, as you can see, like Fabianski, I want him in my team, but I'm not going to bring him against Manchester City. And I looked at Leicester, I was like, you know what? I want Vardy in my team. He's got a good fixture in Game Week 31 and in Game Week 33. Cool, I'll bring him in now. And I'll delay my transfer for that West Ham goalkeeper. And then Game Week 29 appeared. Found out news about Patricio. Great chance to bring in Fabianski. Stuff like that. And if I look at this fixture and I'm like, what can I do? Maybe go for another Leicester player like Maddison. Maybe go for a Bournemouth player like Brooks, Fraser, Kim. Stuff like that. If you look at this, you got, I know Raul Jimenez is a star. I know he's good. Like I'm not gonna remove, but giving you an example. If I remove Raul Jimenez and I get someone like Kim's got a great fixture against Huddersfield. Plus, he's got a fixture here against Newcastle. Our free hit here. And for this, he's got a good fixture at home against Burnley. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing. Every week, I was adjusting. And for this game week, I think if I bank a transfer, it's going to give me all the power to bring in the correct players that are fit and ready to go. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's the best thing for my team. I already have a decent team here. Son could even do well against Southampton, and I have a decent amount. Obviously, if I have some injuries, maybe I will bench that player and bring in Luka Dean against Newcastle, but we will see. I think banking a transfer is probably going to be the best. Anyways, That was kind of my little strategy to kind of help you out. I know I kind of spoke along, but I wanted. This is how I am. This is how I am, and I want to like help out as much as I can. So for this, I will use my transfers. I should get around 10 to 11 with at least a -4 if no one else is injured. Then for this double game week, once we know all of the fixtures are set and ready, I will decide on which players that I want, and I'll press that free hit button, and I'll get a decent amount of play, like really good players that has got great fixtures for this game week. Do not forget, in between here, so game week 31 and game week 32, in between, in here, is the international break. So there's gonna be a lot of like injuries, there's gonna be a lot of problems, and free hitting in this game week is probably gonna give me a higher chance to bring in the correct players. Yes, with injuries and suspensions and rotation, that's gonna happen. But if you bring in someone that is more nailed to that team, you might do well. So that's the strategy. And then the 31 team here is going to definitely help for this other little mini blank game week that should cover, I should get 11, maybe even 12 players for this game week. Okay, so that is the plan. And then I will use my wild card for game week 34, and I will bench boost in game week 35, which is another double game week. Oh man, I think that's it. So I just wanted to give you guys like an overview. Things could change. I might decide on I don't know, it depends on how many injuries. I might decide on a free hitting in game week 31. Who knows? Things could change dramatically in FPL. But that is the plan. I'm going to try my best to stick by the plan. If you don't have the chips, I will definitely look into this game week and try and get in a decent amount of players. You can free hit if you want. It's really up to you, because you can still get a decent amount of players for this double game week. Your single fixtured players will still have a fixture for this game week, and they can still do well. We're talking about like players like, let's just say, look, Arsenal, right? Arsenal against Newcastle. That's a good fixture for Arsenal. Having someone like a Bamian could probably get more points than someone that has got 2 fixtures. So don't worry too much about it. Look at your team, see what you can do with your chips, and try and get the best team out for each and every week. Obviously, I'll have my triple captain. Well, my triple captain is going to be a little surprise. If there is another double game week, like a small one after game week 35 to game week 36, 7 and 8, I'm going to be using that triple captain on that team, on that player. If not, I'll probably use that at the end of the season just to boost me up a little bit more. And yeah, I think that's about it with the chips. I'll go through this again. I already explained what my strategies are. I just want to quickly kind of like show you guys a few options that a few people are looking into. A lot of people are thinking to bring in more Liverpool players, especially this back line. So if you don't have any, get them into your team, because they got high chance to score you a lot of points. Now, people are looking into and bringing in players from Bournemouth. If you have a look, their fixtures absolutely changes to incredible fixtures. Good home fixtures in the blanks as well. Someone like Fraser, someone like Brooks. Brooks came back, played I think like 70 minutes or so, 74 minutes against Manchester City. Good cheap option, especially like Keane as well. I know Wilson's coming back, but it might be too early for him. Few people are looking into West Ham players. Yes, Felipe Anderson not really performing well, but they got players like Fabianski that could get you a lot of points. Rice here, great player, plays in that midfield role, and he's a defender in the game. You got Arnautovic. Yes, he is an injury-prone player. We just gotta get that thumbs up and to see if he actually plays. Hopefully, he plays the next game. Then he probably will have a good chance to start. Things like that. Chelsea players, people are thinking about Chelsea players. And these are the things that we need to look into because people are thinking about these players for a reason. Like you go in here. So if I remove him, and then Hazard, they're gonna go back to Hazard. Aspilicueta. So if I just remove here, great option. It looks like there's a nice link for him and a striker. So these are some of the options. These will definitely help you out for those blanks. Okay, and that is about it. Oh man, I feel good. I feel good. This game is a journey, guys. No matter what rank you are, this game is a journey. I like my goal is to get better at this game, inspire people, motivate people, and enjoy this game with you. And if I could help like that 1% of people, that would make my day. That is the goal. And that is about it, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. Follow me on Twitter. I'm about to hit 2,000 followers. It's incredible. And subscribe if you're new, guys. I know there's a lot of people who hasn't subscribed yet. Just press that subscribe button. I'm here for the long run. Dedication is the key. Anyways, guys, you let me know in the comments below what you're going to be doing for the next coming game weeks. What are your plans? Share it if you want to. And that is about it. Thank you so much, guys. Sorry if this video was longer than usual, but I wanted to give out as much as information as possible. I might even create an additional video at the end of this week. See you guys next time. See ya.